Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So good morning, all of you. If you remember the last class, I was asking you like monocot dicot without touching monocot dicot or seeing uh, the seeds, we can tell about the plant whether it is monocot dicot with its characteristic features. So some of you were telling me this is a figure diagram of a picture of a shark. Okay, so you were telling me, some told me it, I asked you, the question was, is it a bony fish, that is osteitis, or it's a cartilaginous fish, that is chondrichitis. Chondrin means it is made, the cells are of, the endoskeleton is made up of chondrin fiber, chondrichitis, while osteochitis, bony fishes, and osteo means the cells of the osteocytes are the name of the cells of bones. Okay, the unit of the bone. So you were just telling me, so I was ready to hear if you have done some homework, or you know something about it. Even if you don't know about it, just answer me how you will differentiate. First of all, you told me that this is a cartilaginous fish. So one or two students were saying this is shark is a cartilage. You can bring little behind okay, little, only little. Yes, this here. Now tell me, this is a shark. Tell me, this is two of them were saying cartilaginous fish. What about others? One or two more can answer me. All are sure it is a cartilage. Shark belongs to cartilaginous fishes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now you have to, and I compared it with a rohu, right? Rohu. Now
Yes, ma'am.
anybody can tell me rohu, katla, and all. So what difference do you find in both, that without breaking their bones and saying that no, it's a cartilage, no, it's a bony fish? You can tell me just by seeing them how you can identify, like you see in the aquarium. When you see an aquarium, we can see and we can tell them that it's a cartilage, it's a cartilaginous fish, it's a bony fish. What is the difference? Difference, do you know? No, it's not big deal. If you don't know, it's okay, I will tell you, no problem. Then
Ma'am, in
after this
cartilaginous fishes, the bones
yes.
are composed of cartilage, and in bony fishes, they are like bones only.
Wow, who is this? Dipali?
Ma'am,
Dipali, is it Dipali?
no, ma'am, Kanchan,
Then
and and some
you are
friends in
no, it's okay, you tell me the name. I want to appreciate you. Please tell me your name.
ma'am Kanchan.
Kanchan, very good. It's very wittiness. Huh? This is witty. Witty in the sense, sometimes what happens, children, the question, when you have to answer, you should have some sense of, presence of mind. As I said, what is the difference between how you will identify? She immediately said the osteocyte cells are made, bones, bony fishes have got osteocyte type of cells, and they have got chondrins or chondrocytes. That is a very good, very witty answer, I will say, very good rather. Now, I told you cannot see the
Ma'am,
cells. Can you see the cells? Can you see the cells, Kanchan? No. So no
ma'am,
problem. You say answers. Huh?
ma'am, by tail,
Kanchan, tail. What is the difference in the tail?
cartilaginous, bony, it will be absent, and
What, tail will be absent? Have you
ma'am,
not
but
seen tail in what do you call it? This rohu, katla, and all. Okay, no problem. I understood you don't know, but now I will tell you this. This will help you to identify. Now, whenever you see in the aquarium or anywhere fish, you will be able to distinguish. No, it's a cartilaginous. No, this is bony. You will be very easily identifying it. Okay, I will tell you the reasons. Now, the first thing, if you see this, okay, see here. What is this? These are gill slits, right? Like this. Can you see this diagram? What I am making, like this kind of, no, on the skin, slits are present. This kind of slit, you understand, slit, a cut. Okay, on the skin, this is the skin, over the skin they have got this kind of slits, and these slits are known as gill slits. That means just beneath that slits there are gills. Gills are meant for respiration. Okay, now this is present, this kind of gill slits are present only in cartilaginous fishes. While if you see rohu and this kind of slits, okay, if you see rohu or katla very clear, you can find, like if I make the diagram of a fish, simple fish I'm making to make you understand. If you see a bony fish, you will find only one. I'm trying to make one. I don't know, 3 4 are getting. 1 minute, huh? Yes, you will find only one like this.
Yes, ma'am.
One
Got it.
only only one very hard cover over the gills, and that is known as operculum. Okay, that is known as operculum. When you see rohu katla, next time you see, okay, to touch and see, okay, if only one slit like thing is seeing, a very hard slit like thing, and whenever the fish will swim, you can operculum, the covering over the gills, okay, the cover over the gills, if it is many like this slits, many slits, 5 to 7 slits like this, if it is present, it is just like on the skin, you cannot see them flapping. Okay, flapping, you understand, no? You will not see it flapping. While in cartilage, in bony fish, you will find over the gills near to the eyes, okay, near to the eyes, near to the mouth, you will find one large and very hard, and that will be flapping every time. Why, from the mouth water enters, and through the gills the water moves out. This is their system, so that water, what it comes inside through the mouth, you will find fishes always keep their mouth open close, open and close. They don't keep their mouth shut always, they keep open and closing. Why? Because they allow the water to enter to the mouth, and they allow the water to, and it moves out through the gills. So if it is a cartilaginous fish, you will find this kind of slits, what is found here. You can see slits. Okay, if I enlarge it, 1 minute. See, can you see now? When I enlarge, can you see?
No,
If I
ma'am.
I mean, enlarged is not visible, ma'am.
okay, then Agnel, you do enlarge and you see the zoom it.
Ma'am,
So, saw all of you. That are slits. Okay, those are slits, and these slits are known as gill slits. Why? Because just beneath this there are gills present. Gills are meant for respiration, and that's why water enters from the mouth. You will find fish always opening and closing the mouth throughout the day and night. Why? Because as we need to respire, we don't have to open and close. We have got nostrils from where the air enters throughout every time, day night. For them, they take water from the mouth and passes on out through the gills. So if you find this kind of slits in a fish, you don't have to think second time. It's a cartilaginous fish. Okay, that is the easiest way to identify. While if like rohu and katla, if you see them, you will find like if this is the eyes, just beneath the eyes, like this kind of operculum. Okay, can you see the diagram what I drew right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one hard, very hard covering over the gills, and this is known as operculum. Okay, and this will, as the water enters from the mouth and moves outside through the gills, every time it will flap. And that is a great difference. That is a bony structure. The operculum is very hard and bony structure. So the first difference what you can see in a bony as well as cartilaginous fish is the presence of their cartilaginous, or what you call it, the bony operculum. Absence of operculum and presence of gill slit is known as, are present in cartilaginous fish. That is the easiest way, one of the easiest way. Second easiest way to identify whether the animal, the fish is a cartilage or what you call it, bony, is you just observe them for some time. If you find that the fish is flapping its fins throughout with that means it's I mean, if it is moving around as well as when it is somewhere it is flapping completely throughout, it means it's a cartilaginous fish, because bony fish has got air sac inside their body. They have got air bladder, okay, a very empty air containing sac bag, which is known as air bladder. So air bladder is present inside the bony fish. So what happens, it doesn't need to flap it every second, but these cartilaginous fishes don't have this kind of what you call it, air bladder. So what happens, if it stops if it stops flapping the fins, what will happen, it will get sink. Understand what I mean by droning? As we will get drawn in the water, the fish can also get drawn. So these fishes, if you find in an aquarium, a fish is thoroughly flapping its fins without a pause, that means it's a bony fish, it's a cartilaginous fish, because it does not have air bladder to maintain its buoyancy to remain without flapping. Else, bony fishes will flap and can remain some time without getting drawn because of the air bladder present inside it. The second difference. So air bladder is present. Otherwise, if you cut the animal, those have seen fish from inside, they can easily see this kind of bladders are present. Empty bag, empty, a bag, silver colored bag, which is nothing inside. Just if you, it is just like a balloon. Okay, if you touch it, if you break it, only inside water, air is there. Then comes the third difference is not is very difficult, is the type of scales. That means the skin of the fish has got covering with body is covered with scale. So these scales are placoid or tenoid. These kind of scales, it depends, that you don't have to study. The study of the scales also can define whether it is a it's I mean cartilaginous or bony fish. Okay, so these three features, chalo, I will say two features. Okay, two features very easily. And the first one, which I told you, is the most identifying feature: the gill slits and the operculum. Absence of operculum, presence of gill slits. That will help you to tell you that it's a cartilaginous fish. Having a slender body, stream shaped body is all the fish has. Okay, and then presence of scales all have, but then of course scales are different in cartilaginous as well as bony. One more very peculiar difference, if you might have seen, very nice difference, what we can see. Okay, 1 minute. Is, have you can you tell me these what about their I mean reproduction, these animals reproduction, can you tell me the difference? There is difference in their reproduction also in cartilaginous and acha, anybody has seen um, is it oviparous or viviparous? You understand oviparous, viviparous?
Yes, ma'am.
Oviparous means egg laying. Ah, yes.
And
Oviparous
viviparous
means egg
direct birth
laying,
to
and
babies.
young ones. Yeah,
Birth
very
to
good.
babies.
So can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
tell me? Yeah. Can you tell me that what difference you will find in both, or both are oviparous or both are viviparous?
Ma'am,
Just
bony
give me an
fishes
idea. No
are
problem.
bony fishes are oviparous. They lay eggs,
Very good.
and
They lay eggs.
and
While
these are, ma'am, viviparous.
very good, because you might have seen shark giving birth to a young one. Okay, it's fries. It they gives birth to direct young ones. Okay, now let me ask on that. Where does the fertilization takes place in both? I told you there's a great difference in both. Both belong to fish category, fish class. The class is fish. Pisces we are learning, right? We are learning Pisces, but there's again great difference. What it's a big difference. Okay, so what is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gametes is known as fertilization.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is it internal or
Fertilization.
external? Internal. What you will find in
And
uh, in cartilaginous, definitely, if they are laying out the giving birth to the young one, that means fertilization is internal, right?
internal.
Fertilization is internal, as well as gestation or the embryonic development is also internal, right? Now you tell me for bony fish. Bony fish, is it the bony fishes are the egg? I mean oviparous. So whether they are, the fertilization is internal or external?
Ma'am, external.
External. External.
External.
Yes, actually they swarm. They go for breeding to our little warmer water areas, and they lay eggs. That means the male and female, both the fish, they will lay out their gametes, and fertilization takes place outside the body. Gestation also takes place outside the body. That's the reason they give in millions. Okay, the eggs and eggs and or ovas or the sperms are given in large quantity. Okay, why? Because there are so many risk of getting predated by the things, or not hatching out, not getting fertilized. So they lay a lot in number. Okay, now we'll move ahead. Just small idea I wanted to give you, that we are learning the first class under vertebrata. Okay, under subphylum vertebrata, we are learning the first class, that is it is phylum is chordate. Phylum is chordate. Subphylum is vertebrata. Superclass is Gnathostomata. Okay, remember Gnathostomata having jaws. Okay, this is a superclass. And what is about the class? The first class we are seeing is Pisces. Okay, Pisces is again, we will be learning further. Yes, good. Now we will move ahead. Characteristic features of fish, Pisces. Still behind, yes,
Convicteas
from here.
are marine fish with a streamlined body and a cartilaginous endoskeleton. Interestingly, the notochord is persistent throughout their lifespan. Interestingly, the notochord is persistent throughout their lifespan. Their skin is tough due to the presence of minute placoid scales. In fact, their teeth are modified placoid scales. Unlike other fish, their gill slits are separate and the operculum is absent. Moreover, the absence of the air bladder forces them to swim constantly to remain buoyant. These fish are cold-blooded or poikilotherm and have a two-chambered heart with one auricle and one ventricle. They also have powerful jaws that make them good predators. Some of them also have an electric organ or a poison sting to protect themselves from predators. Convicteas are dioecious, and the pelvic fins in males have claspers. Fertilization in these fish is internal, and many of them are viviparous. Carcharinus, Scoliodon, Pristis, and Trigon are examples of this class. The next class within Pisces is Osteichthyes. These are marine and freshwater fish with a streamlined body and a bony endoskeleton. Their skin is covered with cycloid or ctenoid scales. These fish have 4 pairs of gills, which are covered by an operculum and an air bladder, which maintains buoyancy. They too are cold-blooded and have a two-chambered heart. Osteichthyes are dioecious.
So you have heard one new word here. Poikilotherm means cold-blooded. There are 2 types of animals. We are warm-blooded. Okay, so poikilotherm is a scientific term for what do you call it? Cold-blooded animals. Okay, poikilotherm. You have heard with a new word. And as you move to different classes, the chambers of number of heart, chambers of the heart will differ. Okay, so fishes or Pisces, they have got 2-chambered heart. And if you know what you have learned in 10th, you have learned double circulation, you have learned the names of the chambers, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. We have, right, 4 chambers. But then fish have got 2 chamber only. So one is auricle, one is ventricle, atria and ventricular, we call it. So 1 auricle, 1 ventricle chamber. And the new term, I didn't tell you to pause in between. The reason is, rest all I told you about it does not have operculum. There's a bony flap like thing over the gills. And then we are learning about cartilaginous fish. They are viviparous, most of them. Okay. And then of course, viviparous, that means internal fertilization. Claspers are the actually reproductive accessory organs for the reproduction, sexual reproduction. And yes, if you have clearly seen, there was a stingray. Stingray also comes under cartilaginous fish. It has got a sting, its tail has got a sting. It's a defense mechanism. As it feels danger, it has a very long and slender tail, which can whip it around, and it can hit the predator, or anytime it feels as a a risk of getting killed, then it can sting the animal, and it can hit the animal with that stingray, we call it. It has got sting on its tail, last end part. It's like a triangular shape, very who is Chetan Chauhan? Okay,
Ma'am,
I'm
it
not
is
allowing.
10th class.
Yes. Then by mistake maybe. So what happened, that is okay. Then what it is about, then but that was a new term, that's why I didn't pause in between. And now we are learning about the osteochites, bony fishes. Okay.
Yes. And fertilization is usually external. They are largely oviparous and exhibit direct development. Hippocampus and Exocetus are marine fish, while Labeo, Catula, and Clarius are freshwater fish.
Okay, here 1 minute, you have to wait. Here I wanted the figure. See, children, first of all, this it is going to get over the time, but I would prefer to join back, because Monday I wanted to finish the portion also. You join back, huh? You join back. I thought of taking 1 period, but I will take 2 periods. Now, what you see in front is Exocetus. What you see, no, Exocetus, the name of that fish. There's a bony fish, and you might have heard these are the gliders, gliding fish, we call it. They are able to glide, okay, over the water.